This is Father Andy Aaron. Message on Tuesday of the first week of Easter, April 14th. And just a couple of thoughts. This will be pretty short. But first of all, just want to say Happy Easter to everybody. And a different kind of Easter. We didn't have you down here at the parish, but we had a lot of people visiting us online, and lots of action. And I'm just grateful that we're able to communicate with one another at this time, and to be able to have people have the experience of what's going on down at the church, and to be able to offer your own comments and whatnot through the Facebook page. We're working on, if anyone had any issues with Facebook, obviously a lot of people are using it. We had about 4,000 views for the Easter services. At this point, people still looking at them. I guess people are really bored. The numbers keep going up for all the different services, even Tuesday after Easter, even from services last week. But if there's any issues, I did get a couple of emails. We're working on posting everything that we've been doing on YouTube, and make a clear link on the web page about how to get to that YouTube page, so you don't have to deal with anything with Facebook if that's confusing or a problem for anyone. So that's something we're hoping to get done this week. We're working with a couple of other parishes who have both links. You can go to Facebook or you can go to their YouTube page. We wouldn't have anything live on the YouTube page. Basically, after we had done our live streaming, which goes onto the Facebook page, we would then upload it onto the YouTube page afterwards. So might still be a little bit of confusion there now and then, but we're trying our best to make sure people aren't stymied in their effort to participate in our services here at this time. Anyways, Happy Easter once again. And if you still know of anyone who lives near you or might benefit from being more connected to the parish at this time, if they have an email, please send that email or cell phone number to Donna at office@hfccmail.org, and they can get onto our email blasts, which are also, we call them flock notes. They also will go to people's cell phones. Some events that are coming up. We're going to continue to have Tuesday through Friday masses and 9 a.m. Monday scripture services with a reflection. We didn't have one yesterday because of the day after Easter and nobody wanted to come in. But typically we will have those Monday services. I'm going to post later today, 7 p.m. on April 14th, today, the Tuesday, a little talk on why believe in God, why be a Christian, why be a Catholic. And that is very, my mother's a Methodist, so we love everybody. But over the years, certainly if you're like me, you've had people challenge your faith, and sometimes kind of negative on the Catholic faith or Christianity or belief in God. And so I think it's just coming from the point of view of not trying to disrespect anybody else's beliefs, but maybe to just realize if you're a devout Catholic, you're going to have people, or you're going to read things that are critical. And from my point of view, our point of view, why it's a beautiful and logical thing to follow the Lord in the way we do, and not to attack anybody else's faith, right? So that's tonight. Why believe in God? Why be a Christian? Why be a Catholic? And then Thursday, 7 p.m., we're going to have a Rosary live streamed. 5 p.m. Saturday Mass. We'll go back to just 5 p.m. each weekend, and Lord knows, hope it's not too many more weekends of this. But for the second weekend of Easter, April 18th, 5 p.m. Saturday Mass. Divine Mercy celebration at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday, April 19th with music. 7 p.m. April 21st, Rosary with music. 6:30 p.m. Thursday, April 23rd, Adoration of the Blessed Sacrament with music. Okay, there's a very famous quote from Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Of course, most everyone knows this one. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh. a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. And indeed, in this time of social distancing, the parishioner sent me this, but it's interesting again to see this quote. Now that we are indeed in a time when we're being asked to refrain from embracing, and now that we are in a time when we want to heal. But in looking at this quote from Ecclesiastes, I can also see that besides what we don't have at this time, we don't have the same contact with people we might have had at this time. We don't have the same access to the sacraments we might have had at this time. There's a lot of things like that. I know for me, Easter Sunday was me calling people on the phone, sitting in my house alone. But right now, we also, for all those things we don't have, and I don't want to minimize people who are in economic hardship or worried about how they're going to take care of their finances or their families, or people who are sick. Obviously, I don't want to underplay any of that. Serious business. But at the same time, I think we can also see there are some opportunities right now. And for us not to just walk right by those opportunities. I think part of being a successful Christian and a successful person is that even in the midst of challenging situations, we can find opportunities. And that right now may just be a time when we have some opportunities we may not get again for a long time. Ways to grow in our relationship with God, to grow in service to our brothers and sisters, to grow in how we love the people we're close to, all those things. I've read emails. I keep getting contacts from people who are coming back to their faith during this time. I've talked to people who say that they're reconnecting with family members or friends at this time. There are opportunities. Thinking about service, this is a great time to think about helping others. People, charities need your help more than ever. Speaking of those opportunities to help others at this time, and again, successful Christian, successful person, we don't miss an opportunity, even in the midst of a difficult situation, to grow in our faith, to love others. Well, go to holyfamilychurch.com, our website, and there's an icon. If you scroll down, you'll find an icon that says, and there's a little rectangular box. There's a bunch of boxes. You click on any of those boxes, you get to what's labeled. And this one is labeled COVID-19, Ways to Help Your Community. And I've mentioned this before, but it's got information on our Sew Time group. They make things, they sew things, they do a lot of good work. They've made an unbelievable amount of masks. I'd say they've made over 4,000 by now, 4,000 masks. Supporting St. Vincent de Paul Society, which is our emergency relief that goes to people in our area, families and individuals who need emergency assistance, financial. We have a Crackerjack team that interviews them. Even now we're doing it. We're doing it with social distancing, but we're still interviewing people to try to see what their needs and connect them with ways to move them forward in life. We don't just hand out checks without talking to people. That normally is the money that comes from the poor boxes, and obviously you're not here. So any kind of check you write, the information there is how to get that information to St. Vincent de Paul. Catholic Charities, they do an unbelievable amount of good, and we have ways you can assist them directly at this time. Lighthouse Shelter in Annapolis, Our Daily Bread, which is Catholic Charities, which we normally support by the casseroles, and Our Lady of Perpetual Help Food Pantry, which we try to support ongoing down in Edgewater. We have blue grocery carts that are at the doors most of the time. You can put the groceries right in those carts. I guarantee you they'll be open when the offices are open, 8:30 in the morning till 4:30, Monday through Thursday, and 8:30 in the morning until noon on Friday. But oftentimes they're there at other times as well. In terms of our parish offices, most of the time there's somebody here, but I would call ahead before you stop in at the office. Sometimes there's people working remotely. In terms of myself, Father Andy, please know I'm happy to return phone calls or emails. If there's a real emergency and someone needs a sacrament from a priest, especially last rites, I will go. maybe wearing a mask. I may not touch anything. All these kinds of precautions, but we will visit your loved one or someone who needs last rites at this time. We're trying to be as careful as possible, but we're not going to deny people last rites. Finally, in terms of stewardship, Holy Family is involved in an electronic giving. I know people have been responding to that. We've had about 15 people sign up even since the 1st of April, and a number of people signed up since all this began in mid-March. It's a electronic offertory. We just mentioned this because offertory is essential to our parish, and we're still operating as a parish, and we rely heavily on Sunday collections to maintain our budget and our staff and our resources. We really don't want to go into a crisis mode where we're having to let staff go and things like that. So just consider continuing to give to our parish. If you would like to give electronically to Holy Family, there's a text that'll be attached to this video. But you can do so by visiting Faith Direct for membership and enrollment info, and that's on the homepage. Just scroll down, you see where it says Faith Direct. Click on that. That'll take you into Faith Direct, and that's our electronic giving. And Holy Family's church code is MD61. You can also, and that's also on the text accompanying this video. You can also send us your offertory through your personal online banking, just like you pay your bills, or you can mail your offertory envelopes to Holy Family Church at P.O. Box 130, Davidsonville, Maryland, 21035. And if you have any questions, again, contact Donna in the parish office, and her email is listed again with the text accompanying this video. God bless. Please know of our prayers. And if you just want to talk, just call me, Father Andy, at the parish office, 301-261-7399, extension 32. We do have our angels still. We have grocery angels. If there's somebody who, elderly person or a person who has compromised immune system, wants someone to help them get groceries, etc., we do have a team. Some of them are nurses who are going to use every precaution, but they're happy to help somebody. Okay? God bless you. Have a good day. Thanks.